This has been the blurry life of Tanya, a cheerful girl but always distressed with her foggy vision. She was never comfortable with contact lenses and never liked the look of glasses. She heard and saw so much about LASIK. She visited the doctor who discussed in detail about the procedure, and after all the research, she finally decided to undergo LASIK. Next day, she visits the doctor, and there she goes. She could read a 20/20 without her glasses, a dream come true. Does everyone have a happy ending? What could go wrong? What dictates the success of LASIK? Certainly today's technological advancements, undoubtedly a well-experienced doctor, but the most important is the pre-operative assessment. Yes, pre-operative assessment is very crucial for any surgery, but more for refractive surgeries. So here we present our protocol for a comprehensive pre-LASIK assessment. To begin with, it's ideal to have a dedicated area and staff for counseling and workup. Adequate reading materials and handouts are necessary. Questionnaires and checklists avoid missing of crucial points during the workup. Counseling done professionally goes a long way in reaching to the patient's expectations. Various options, risks and benefits are explained. Using aids like dedicated software and model eyes make the entire session practical. By now, the patient is well prepared to meet the doctor and discuss doubts if any. The first consultation is the best time to develop a mutual rapport. Patient requirements, expectations, and personality should be judged. Risks and complications should be discussed. Refractive stability is the basic prerequisite for LASIK. Patients should be encouraged to save their old prescriptions, glasses, contact lens boxes, etc. Illicit contraindications like pregnancy, collagen vascular diseases, immunocompromised conditions. Certain systemic medications can alter healing after LASIK. Diabetes has its own issues which should be considered preoperatively. A thorough clinical examination is performed to assess the health of the eye and safety of LASIK. Avoid in cases of ectasia, active inflammations, scars, etc. LASIK can change the course and management of glaucoma. Correct documentation of aided, unaided, and pinhole vision is crucial to assess the success of surgery. Pinhole vision, if subnormal, shall be explained and mentioned in the consent too. Scrutinize and identify optometrists in your setup who are good enough to do a LASIK refraction. There is no shortcut for performing a thorough retinoscopy and subjective refraction. Give attention to details like eye chart distance, vertex distance, patient's accommodation, etc. A cycloplegic refraction would be ideal for all, but certainly mandatory in these conditions. Finalize refraction only after refinement using the mentioned. Determination of the dominant eye is needed for planning monovision and presbyopic treatments. Patients with low contrast may not be the ideal candidates for LASIK. As reduction in contrast is described after LASIK, a baseline measurement is essential. Eligibility and postoperative safety is directly related to the pre-op and residual pachymetry. Considering one's own and others' experiences, surgeons need to set their cutoff for residual stromal bed thickness. Diagnostic equipment have evolved from the handheld keratoscope to the latest Schleimflug technology. Analysis of the corneal shape, thickness, and surface regularity is crucial for confirming eligibility and planning of treatment. The Placido-based system, though highly dependent on the ocular surface and tear film, is good in imaging the corneal surface if well performed. The scanning slit and Schleimflug technologies help us analyze the pachymetry and posterior surface which has almost become mandatory in today's refractive practice. Patients' fixation to the target provided is crucial for obtaining a reliable scan. With all the various fixating targets, it's truly confusing to the patient. Slightest of eye movement can give us false diagnosis. Thereby, it is ideal to perform multiple scans and choose the best finally. Stopping contact lenses well before the investigations is important to revert corneal warpage, which may at times be diagnosed as early keratoconus. As unique as the finger's whorls is the eye's optical system, disturbances of which can be captured by today's aberrometers. Customized guided treatments can improve the quality of vision in eyes with significant aberrations. Scotopic and photopic measurements shows the dynamic size of the pupil. The laser ablation must be larger than this to avoid post-operative glare and halos. Though infrared pupillometry is the gold standard, manual measurements and automatic data provided by various machines can be considered if well performed. As LASIK can cause temporary dryness, a baseline dry eye evaluation is a must. Mild to moderate dryness should be controlled before the surgery, and LASIK is best avoided in severe ocular dryness. Though no proven cause and effect relationship exists between LASIK and retinal problems, a thorough evaluation is mandatory. Treatable lesions should be managed before considering surgery. Finally, a baseline axial length would help us differentiate between regression and myopic progression post-operatively. A personalized checklist should be maintained to prevent missing out of any of these in one's busy practice. Last but not the least would be to take detailed, informed consent by the patient. Hence, after presenting this entire platter of tests and realizing each one's importance in obtaining the perfect post-operative vision, we would say an elaborate 3-hour assessment for a 3-minute surgery is certainly the mantra for success. By following a systematic protocol and taking care of the subtle details, we can certainly make each and every patient a wow happy patient.